Hey, I'm getting fancy now. I got some opening credits. Okay, so I'm doing this pointing job on this patio. Now, this is yesterday's work. Looks pretty good to me. What I'm doing is I'm not really brushing it very much. I'm trying to give it like a smooth concrete finish. Um, and it's not perfection, but it's good enough. It looks good to me. I'm happy with it this morning. So yesterday I did grinding on all of this, all that new stuff. That's one row. Two rows. Did all the grinding, got it all ready to prep, and then I did another row. That row is pretty much ready to go. So I did pretty much 3 rows, 3.5 rows, a little over 3.5 rows of grinding yesterday, and then I only had time to do where you can see the wet, the fresh stuff. That's all I had time, and I ran out of time because you can't just keep putting it on. You've got to let it sit for a little while. So this morning I had a brilliant thought. Well, I'm not gonna keep. I've been pointing this way, and actually I can turn around now, and I have the sun in my face this morning, and I'll grind away from the new work, whatever. So I'm gonna go for a couple hours. Hopefully, maybe get up to that line there, that 2 more, and then I'll just point whatever I can get done pointing because the weather is beautiful. Now, I just thought I'd go over some of the tools. Now, yesterday I used a brand new OX Spectrum Maestro series, and all that grinding I did, and it used about a little over 5 mil of the blade, so there's still lots of blade left, but it's not deep anymore. It's 5 mil less deep. You got to take that into consideration. If you want to keep deep, you might have to change that blade more often. So I'm switching back to one of these stone cutting blades this morning because I tried it for a while and I thought, oh, that doesn't work very good. But then when I put the other blade back on, it didn't seem like there was a hell of a lot of difference. So I'm going to have another go at that. And then also, I want to sharpen my SDS drill bit. Now, just talking about that thing right there, there's a lot of loose mortar and stuff in here, and it's easy to go crazy with this thing. But what happens is you're going to end up damaging the bricks, the sides. If it goes down into that shoulder, it's going to pop it off. And I did it on one over here somewhere. I popped one corner, and I said, oh. So I got to be real careful with that, using that thing. If it's a really, really, really good job, then I don't know if I'd recommend that at all. Hand chiseling maybe would be the main thing. So anyway, so we're going to use that grinder. We get the vacuum set up over here, so it's sucking. I'm going to have the vacuum lined up here on this line, and I'll shoot into those 2 pieces of wood with the clamps on them are working brilliant, blocking it down. And then also, I'm not going at a real high speed. This is adjustable speed. If you have one of those that goes 10,000 RPMs, as soon as you turn it on, you can't adjust the amount of dust you're putting out. So dust is a big issue. You end up spending a lot of time cleaning it up. So just basic tools then, just to get the loose bits out. Use my wood chisel, any kind of little tool. I can't find my little 2 most important tools. My 2 little plow tools. Well, anyway, and then face protection. Oh, here's a tip. Okay, this is a vacuum plug, and it had intermittent fault. So I opened it up, and I checked that the wires are not loose. And while you're in here, if you got a screwdriver, you tighten them up just to make damn sure. But I think it was this end of the fuse carrier that was loose. So I just bent those in a little bit, and I'll stick the fuse back in there, and I think that should be job done. If that doesn't work, then what I'll have to do is take and strip this back, cut it off right there where it goes into the wire, right in here. That's where they usually break, is right along that line. And then that would be the end of it, and then strip it back, and then redo it. So just to help, that helps you any. Okay, I'm listening to Coast in America. They just had something on there about the Hat Men. They sound like demons running around the world doing things to people. I didn't get all of it, but I'll have to check into this. Anybody heard about the Hat Men? Well, no more further excuses. Oh, one last thing. I've given up on the mortar gun on this job. The mortar has to be too wet for it to go through the gun. So I don't want it that wet. I want it to be able to dry quickly. If I keep it wet, it just takes forever for it to dry. So it's not gonna. I'm not doing it anymore. And I think I was a lot faster yesterday without the gun. And there's the. It looks good this morning. I'm happy with that. Gotta find my 2 trowels and a donut, and we're ready to go. Rock and roll. Get the headphones on. Get your eye protection. Maybe even the sunglasses. And talk to you later.